Palestinians have been denied their homeland, is what External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar has stated. He stated this while speaking about the ongoing war between Israel and Hamas. He's in fact stated that what happened on October 7th in Israel was terrorism, but nobody could deny that Palestinians have been denied their home. Talking about Israel's response to the October 7th attack, Dr. Jaishankar added that one cannot have a response which does not take into account the international humanitarian law. Let's in fact listen in.
Life would be incredibly simple. You actually, I don't know if you need foreign policy. You certainly won't need foreign ministers. But it's, I want to say that, in real life, I mean, you spoke about the Israel issue. Look, in a way, how different the pulls and pressures can be. On the one hand, what happened on October 7th was terrorism. On the other hand, nobody would, countenance the deaths of innocent civilians. Countries may be justified, at least in their own minds, in responding. But you cannot have a response which does not, every response must take into account something called international humanitarian law. And the fact is that whatever the rights and wrongs of the issue, there is the underlying issue of the rights of the Palestinians and the fact that they have been denied their homeland. So, I'm taking that one issue and I've given you 5 different aspects of that issue. And somewhere a solution cannot be that I will pick 2 out of the 5 and leave 3, because you will not get a solution out of that. So the point is, all of us who are in the, I would say, the policy world, who have to take those calls, much of our challenge is how do you get this balance right? That we are today still one of the countries who are in a position, where I go back to India tomorrow. I have the foreign minister of Ukraine visiting me the day after that. We have also been the country who have the opportunity to talk to the Russians very frankly and bluntly on this issue. On different aspects, others have used us to pass messages. And by the way, the same thing applies when it comes to the Gaza-Israel conflict as well. So I put it to you today, this is not an issue of a moral cop-out. This is an issue today of appreciating that real life actually has a whole lot of complexities, and that the considered answers, the sustainable answers.
Well, of course, viewers, there you heard it. Meanwhile, joining us at this point of time, my colleague Shubh Rana. Shubh, External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar reiterating India's position on Israel. Shed some light into the statements that he's made.
Yes, of course. And the External Minister Jaishankar have highlighted India's efforts to resolve the Russia-Ukraine conflict. And External Affairs Minister Jaishankar said that India has had a very big opportunity to talk to Moscow very frankly and bluntly on the issue. He have also stated that India has been used by others in passing messages during the conflict. And Jaishankar, who is on a visit to Malaysia, was interacting with Indian community during an event where he has said that when I go back to India tomorrow, I have the foreign minister of Ukraine visiting me the day after that. We have also been the country who has the opportunity to talk to Russians very frankly and bluntly on the issue of Russia-Ukraine conflict. So these are the statements which are being passed by the Indian Foreign Minister Jaishankar, which complies that India has such a strong stand when it comes to international conflict. And he have also said that the same thing applies when it comes to Gaza-Israel conflict as well. This is because this is not an issue of moral cop-out. This is an issue today of appreciating that real life actually has a whole lot of complexities, and that is considered. So regarding the Russia-Ukraine conflict, India has always condemned condemned civilian killings and called for a peaceful resolution to the conflict. And in a major statement, PM Modi told President Putin that this is not the era of the war on the sidelines of the SCO summit in Uzbekistan this year. And the statement was made to the G20, communicated to the presidency of India. So these are the statements which really show that India's international stands have been strengthened. Yes, back to you.
Right, absolutely, Shubs. Of course, you've given us an understanding on what exactly External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar has stated. Of course, he's reiterated India's position on Israel. But, give our viewers more details on this. If you could also shed some light into the current situation that's prevailing as far as this war is concerned.
We talk about either Russia-Ukraine conflict or Gaza conflict. There have been years since these conflicts are going on. And, when we talk about India's stand on it, this is how the Foreign Minister Jaishankar have been talking very bluntly. And he has spoken with Russia and he said that India is very frank and blunt when it comes to either Russia-Ukraine conflict or when you talk about Gaza conflict. But these statements from the Foreign Minister Jaishankar, or whether you talk about the presidency of G20 in India, you have seen that India nowadays have a very strong stand. Although the ongoing Israel-Hamas war is still going on, there have been a year. And if you talk about Russia-Ukraine, it's been 2 long years when these conflict is going on. But India's stand have been remain neutral when you talk about foreign affairs and such type of statements by our Foreign Minister Jaishankar, who is on a visit to Malaysia. When he interacts to Indian community, they also feel confident and they also feel proud that India is a new position with a foreign stand. And he said that when I go back to India, I have the Foreign Minister of Ukraine visiting me after that. And we have been in the country who have the opportunity to talk to the Russians very frankly and bluntly on the issue of Russia-Ukraine war. And on the contrary, when it comes to Israel-Hamas, we have also the opportunity to talk to them too. So India has been on a very right foot when it comes to war and when it comes to international relations. That's it.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.